One for kids. Let me play. On today's episode of Edith's home transformation that she has procrastinated on for way too long, we are finally getting the kitchen ready. I bought the hardware for my kitchen handles so long ago and I never installed them because I was so scared of messing up and not putting the holes in the right spot. I actually already went through and measured because I'm doing 3 different sizes. I'm doing this big size, this medium sized one, and then I'm also doing these knobs. This is the size that I used for the entryway closet. They're the same thing. So I'm installing these in the kitchen. I did these measurements probably like 2 months ago. I think before I left to Japan. Wait, was it before we left to Japan?
Yeah, before we left to Japan.
It was. It's almost July right now. What the heck? Anyway, some of them are smearing off, so I really hope that we don't mess up. Ricardo's gonna do the holes. We did the holes for the closet doors and got a little bit of experience. But I think these ones are gonna be nice. They're kind of like antique aged color. Now I feel like they're a little bit too warm for my liking, but we can always like fix that as long as the holes are pre-drilled in our kitchen. Which, by the way, if you are new here, this is how our kitchen used to look when we first moved into this house. We pretty much painted all of the cabinets white because they were a dark oak color, and I'm not gonna lie, now sometimes I'm like, did I mess it up by painting it all white because I modernized it too much? But at the same time, we did do a lot of different changes because on top of the stove there was actually a cabinet right there, and then on top of the sink there was a cabinet right there. So I think removing those cabinets and adding like the bigger fan and then putting a shelf there kind of made the kitchen look a little bit modern. The butcher block, we ended up whitewashing it so it's like a lighter color. It was like a dark oak color, and we are still needing to put one cabinet up here. We didn't have one that was the size of the fridge, so we need to buy that sometime this week. But hey, we have a really old home at our hands, and regardless of what we did, we were able to preserve the old cabinets. Whether we painted them or not, we preserved them. We didn't completely gut the kitchen, which was a good thing for our budget, for the time constraints that we had when we first moved in, because we wanted to do renovations in 1 month and then move in. And then we did get new cabinets for the kitchen island, which you guys saw in this video, and we're also making holes on those and adding the hardware as well. So fingers crossed this all goes well. Maybe. I'm trusting you. Let's get started with step number 1, kitchen handles. Okay, the top ones have been completed. The ones right in front of me are a slight bit crooked, but honestly, I'm not even gonna trip about that. I am so scared about the bottom ones though, because the bottom ones are gonna be the handles that have 2 holes in them. The top ones were just a knob, but the bottom ones are a handle. And if I didn't measure this correctly, the screws aren't gonna obviously screw in. And once you make a hole, you can't go back. So fingers crossed it goes well. Ricardo is just gonna follow my little markings. I went to Home Depot because the drill bit Ricardo was using for the handles broke, so we had to get a complete new set. But it's been an hour since then, and I had the bright idea, since we're already doing this kitchen little transformation today, to order something that I've been wanting for a really long time. I've been seeing this aesthetic literally all over the place for a while now. I was thinking of ordering it off of Staples, but when I did my mom's room transformation, I ordered 2 big poster frame pictures for my mom, and it was only like $20 or $30 for those big pictures. So I was like, wait, I could totally just go to Walgreens and pick up a picture. Hello. You guys.
What is that?
This was totally not what I ordered. They gave me my wrong order. No. It was only $2. It says my name on here, and they gave me like 10 of these. I only paid. All right, I'm going back. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, take 2. We are back. I think they had switched my order with somebody else because mine was like in somebody else's package. But I think by now, based on the clues I've given you guys and just in general, I think you figured it out. Or if you haven't, here is the final clue before I officially announce. I thought it would be cute to like make an AI picture of like my backyard garden, flowers, the sunset, and my dog. I asked Canva to like pretty much make all of this, and this is what I came up with. I wanted to put this on top of my stove. I have this frame already that I thought it would be like nice to put in. I also am gonna surprise Ricardo because he has no idea. I think I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit. Oh no, it actually fit. Oh my gosh, it fit perfectly. Yes. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, man. All right, let's try to put it up. The one spot in the house that you guys know is pretty much ready is my beauty room. I still haven't put up my curtains up there. I actually went ahead and moved around my vanity so that you guys can see my wallpaper while I'm filming now, but no spoilers here for my kitchen just yet. I told you guys in one of my other videos that one of the daily habits that I was incorporating into my routine was drinking my greens, and I'm super excited to be partnering with Live It Up once again today because their greens support less bloat, digestive health, and more consistent energy, which means no energy crashes. But it's also really yummy even though it's your greens, which by the way, Live It Up is made with organic vegetables. It's also dairy free, gluten free, sugar free, and tested for quality. They will most definitely be organized into my kitchen island later on, but keep in mind the most important thing is habit stacking. I've definitely been making sure to pairing this with a lot of water, continuing my running journey, and just spending time outdoors. But yes, this is one of the most simplest and most impactful things, and you can grab yours as well for 15% off your first purchase when you use my code. Also get free shipping and 30-day money back guarantee. That being said, let's go back to our kitchen makeover. We're finished everything too. Wow, the pantry ones are so nice. These are the big ones. You did such a good job, my love. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da!
That's so cute. That was the last thing I expected.
Really? What did you think?
I thought it was gonna be a picture of you or us. I did not expect it to be Titi and oh my, look, Titi, it's you.
Oh, you're sister.
Yeah, look.
Moment of truth. It actually stuck on. Well, let's see how long it lasts up there. That is so cute. I'm so obsessed. Somebody remind me to clean under here because ew. But wow, love. And now all of the cabinets have these, don't mind Bailey, drawer pulls. I'm so obsessed, and now we can actually organize. Here I wasn't really using this storage space because it was really hard to like open the drawers, but now that it's super easy, you can organize everything. I want to move all of my forks and spoons and all of that, which I have right here, and they're not really organized, like knives and stuff. All of like the bigger spoons, I want to move them to like one of these drawers. I actually already have like new spoons as well as some organization systems. I think I have it down here. Yeah, I have these guys here, and then I also have the organization for forks and spoons and all that stuff. So we'll get that done sometime this week. But last week when Diana brought me over the ottomans, she also brought me this really cute like rattan basket, or it's just like this woven basket. I thought it was super cute, and I've always tried to put some sort of flower arrangement on the kitchen island, but I feel like this is so perfect. And then I went to my mom's house the other day and we cut some lemons from her lemon tree, and I've been obsessed with making lemonades or like the loaded water that I showed you guys last week, and these are perfect. Okay, well that didn't last long. It fell. No. Dang it, we're gonna have to find something else for it. I'm thinking maybe command strip. We'll figure it out. But anyways, I've been obsessed with using these lemons for lemonade. I thought they would look like a really good display as well on the kitchen island, which also reminds me that I really want to make a lemon party and just host pretty much like a summer party. And since my mom does have like all of these like extra lemons, I thought it would be fun to decorate with them. I bought all of these plates. I have a whole bunch of lemon things that I bought from Home Goods the other day, so let me show you guys all of the collection I've been buying. It was actually from Marshall's, I believe. Welcome to a part of the house you guys normally don't see because it's just kind of crowded in here. I do have my Peloton bike in here, and I mostly use it for that, like either working out or being on the bike. So I have this like little space right here where I'll put my little mat. I got this lemon tray and I love the blue design. Like the yellow and the blue has been my vibe recently. I also got these kitchen towels, not lemon related, but they're so pretty. The pink and the blue. Again, I think I've just been super obsessed with blue recently, and they have it everywhere in the store. Like the plates. Here are the plates. They're lemon plates with like a blue border. I got this lemon little jar and a lemon bowl with pink stripes. So expect a lemon party. All right guys, we have hardware all over the kitchen and it looks so good already. So I decided to finally organize our kitchen island drawers because most of the other drawers are kind of, I would say they're semi-organized, but the kitchen island was a place we really didn't even put many things until I organized the pantry. There was a couple things that I put here random and not organized at all. I thought we would do that today. I stopped by Home Goods and bought a couple of different organizers that I thought might fit in here, but I didn't buy all of them because I wasn't sure what the right sizes were. Oh my goodness. So I bought a combination of different ones. I'm gonna put them in the drawers and see which ones I like the most, which ones fit together, and that way we can go buy more depending on which ones work best. One organizer that I bought that I think is going to be really handy is this one. This is a knife organizer. Let me show you guys the state of my utensils and cooking little spoons drawer. They are such a nightmare. They're so unorganized, and I'm so excited to finally get that done. But there has been zero organization, especially for like my knives and stuff. This is the drawer that has the utensils, and then we just kind of like throw knives. Actually, we have zero knives. They're on the dishwasher, but the knives are normally just thrown here, and then here is where we normally have like all of the spoons and just like whisks and stuff like that. Like this all needs to be organized. So it was really hard to like find anything in here. We're gonna have enough space now because we have all of these drawers. Actually, I think I might use this one for kitchen utensils or this one actually, but we have a lot of different drawers to choose from. And I also have the utensil little holder Ziploc bag organizers. We have a couple other little organizers. These are things I've been collecting for the last couple of months. So in theory, I think how this would work is we're gonna put this in the drawer, and then I don't know, these will be for like smaller ones for sure, but I'm a little bit confused on this. We have to definitely figure that out. I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out of the drawers that we have right now and put them on the side, and then we will get started. Something that I've noticed in my studio apartment where we fully had organized most of the drawers over there is that once everything has a spot where it goes, it's really hard to become unorganized. Actually, let me give you guys a pantry update just to show you guys how convenient it is once you organize something, how it stays organized, just because everything like actually has a spot. But look at that, it looks pretty much the same. I actually restocked the paper towels at this point, but everything just looks so good and organized, and that is what happens when everything truly has a spot and you're not just like throwing things around. And I think that's what happens like with my utensils and stuff. Like there isn't a little organizer for each thing, so it's just thrown, and just in general like all over your house. Like take this as your advice to make sure you have a space for every single thing you own in your home. It'll make it easier to keep your space clutter free, keep it organized, and just look aesthetically pleasing, which is one of my favorite parts if I'm being honest. Anyways, let's figure out that critical step of exactly what's gonna go in the kitchen island, figuring out which organizers fit best, and taking everything out that is currently in there. Some more house projects that we have never gotten around to are fixing the curtains to an S-pleat, I think it is, whatever it's called. Pretty much putting on these hooks that look like this and then attaching them to the curtain ring so that's easier to just move the curtain. These ones also, curtain rod was like all the way to the other side because we had forgotten to put this little sticky part that makes the rod like not move. We just added that already, so it sparked this idea to get this done as well. Ricardo literally is punching the air right now because he's helping me. But baby, can you please take it down? Putting these hooks on the curtain took like 5 years right now. We literally only did one panel even though there's two, but we're gonna see how it looks. If I hate it, this was all for nothing. But anyways. I just saved your life, baby, you owe me. I love it! It was so hard to move them before. Now look at that, and then also the thing's not moving. All of my drawers look so good. I'm gonna show you guys right now how I organize everything. Specifically this drawer right here is gonna be like my snacks / drinks drawer. Wow, it looks super good. But in cleaning out all of my drawers, I found the kind of like shot glass that I bought last year, I believe. I think we still used to live at the studio when I bought these. I wanted to make ginger shots with them, and I never got around to doing it, mostly because I didn't have the space like to have out like the big machines and all that stuff, which is one of the reasons why I'm like genuinely so grateful that I have my house now. Like, we're nearing a year since we officially bought the house, and to this day, like the smallest things, like being able able to cook dinner, which I took a break and also did right now. But having the space to share either by myself or if Ricardo and I want to both cook together, or even just filming, holding the tripod, oh my gosh, it's still surreal to me. But pretty much this was definitely something that didn't get done over there because space constraints. A lot of things didn't. But now that I do have a space and I found them again, I thought it would be cool to do some ginger shots. So I'm gonna go ahead and organize these in my last drawer. Other than that, everything is organized and it looks so good. I even organized some of the things that were on top of the fridge. I don't know if you guys recall, but up here was like full of things, and we still need that cabinet that goes on top of the fridge that we don't have quite yet. Well, it's not as cluttered up there anymore. I kept this from some drinks that we got the other day because I thought it was like a nice present to put flowers and like a Stanley cup or something. But anyways, the only thing that we have there is now the olla I use to make my cocidos and stuff like that, and it'll be put away whenever we get that cabinet. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove all of these top storage containers that I have, just because I think it makes the kitchen look cluttered for sure. The kitchen is a little bit dirty, especially after making dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and really organize everything so I can give you guys a full final reveal, hardware and the organized cabinets. But I organized as much as I could with all of the containers and storage bins and everything that I have. I organized all of my utensils. This is like an area where I'm really proud because even though it doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing, like I know where everything is at. These are some of the things that were on top of the fridge, just kind of extra, like chia seeds, sugar, coconut oil, almond flour, all of that stuff. My favorite drawer, ta-da! This is so pleasing. I love how this turned out. This is kind of like snacks. We have snacks here. These are like some chocolates. I use these to make the cookies. I have some Bonnie bars, some matcha stuff, and then little hydration sticks and energy drink sticks, as well as my tea little container where I have all my tea. I love how this looks all together. On this side, I have all of my Ziploc baggies, all of the different sizes. And then back here, I have an organizer that I also use to add like extra condiment sauces and like the little wipes. Those are the things that would make a space cluttered. But now that I even have a container for those, they will stay organized. Here, I just added all of like the kitchen rags that I use either to cook or like to put under things. These are the cake little bins that I used during Valentine's Day to make the small cake. So we left them there. And then right here, I don't have anything. And it's exactly where I'm going to be organizing the shot glasses that we got in here. All right, let's store these down here. And whenever I want to do my ginger shots, I have them ready to go now. We're gonna speed run a huge kitchen clean and deep cluttering of the storage containers up there. Maybe rearrange this stuff right here so I can give you guys the final kitchen reveal. You guys, this house is coming along so good. I know it's taken me quite a long time to get to the small things like organizing this. Let's relive again every single thing that has gotten done to this house. From the very beginning, where the cabinets used to look brown, didn't have handles, and the butcher block was a different color, to opening up the space, adding an accent wall, adding a kitchen island, now adding the hardware, adding this little curtain rod decor thing. We have come a very long way, but let me show you guys the process with it actually being clean, because girl, it is dirty in here. And this is the final reveal. These are the bar stools that I built a couple of months ago, as well as this little basket. I ended up moving the baskets to the top of the fridge so that whenever we end up buying the cabinet, I can just put those things in there. This is how the cabinets look with the hardware on them. And then I kind of left this pretty much the way it was, just cleaned up a little bit here. Of course, I think this is like my favorite part with all of the hardware and how beautiful all of this looks. Wow, love the organization. We have come such a long way. It is really late already and I am super tired. That's gonna be it for today's making my home cozy slash finishing off some of the things that I've been procrastinating for way too long. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.